A Journey of Faith, the 20-year legacy of St. Mary's Jacobite Syrian Orthodox Church, Sydney. 20 years ago, a vision was born not from a desire for division, but from an unyielding passion to remain true to an ancient faith. What we celebrate today as a thriving community in Sydney began as a courageous step into the unknown by a small group of believers driven by a singular, powerful desire to practice their faith in perfect alignment with the Syrian Orthodox Patriarchate. The Spark of Conviction. The story begins on January 28, 2006, at the Uniting Church in South Stratfield. Until that moment, these faithful members had been attending the Indian Orthodox Church. However, a letter shared among 18 pioneers sparked a conversation that would change the community's history. They gathered that day to discuss a future where their traditions could be fully honored. The path, however, was not without its challenges. On January 29, 2006, a formal request was made to the Indian Orthodox Church Committee, outlining 3 key requirements essential to the faith of the Patriarchy's members. They waited for the General Body meeting with hope and prayer. On the 5th of February 2006, at the General Body meeting, it became clear that those requirements could not be met within the existing structure. And the moment of decision arrived. With heavy hearts but unwavering resolve, they chose to build anew. A foundation built on support. The greatness of this journey was immediately met with divine support. Under the guidance of His Eminence Mormalatios Malki Metropolitan, on February 11, 2006, the new congregation found a home at St. Ephraim Cathedral. It was during this pivotal time that His Grace Kyriakos Mortiophilos Metropolitan suggested the name that defines us, St. Mary's Jacobite Syrian Orthodox Church. The work of faith began. On the auspicious day of February 12, 2006, the inaugural Holy Qurbana was celebrated by Very Reverend Father George Alkam, followed by the dedicated service of Very Reverend Father Zeki Ziton Korepiskopa. Growing in Spirit and Truth. By April 2006, the momentum of faith was undeniable. Upon invitation, Very Reverend Father Peter Velambarambal Korepiskopa arrived in Sydney, and the first prayer meeting was held at the residence of Mr. Raju Varghese. Our blessed community celebrated our first Holy Qurbana in Malayalam on April 2nd, led by Very Reverend Father Peter Velambarambal Korepiskopa, a monumental occasion that was witnessed by more than 80 faithful, a testament to the rapidly growing vision of this community. Honoring the pioneers. As we look back over these 2 decades, we honor the names of the 18 original attendees who stood in that first meeting at South Stratfield. Abraham Kulapurutha, Abraham Kurian, Ebi, Abraham Kurian, Deepu, Ajit Kyriakos, Ashok Matthew Potan, Babu Paul, Elder Juju Peter, Godly Chakapan, Reverend Father Juju Varghese, Joseph Chandi, Matthew John, Matthew Koshi, Paul Varghese, Rajan Chandi, Raju Varghese, Ranjit Abraham, Sam Matthew, and Shelby Abraham. We also remember the first managing committee, Trustee Paul Varghese, Secretary Abraham Kurian, and committee members Abraham Kulapurtha, Ashok Matthew Potan, Baby Ambat, Elder Juju Peter, Father Juju Varghese, Rajan Chandi, and Varghese Paulos, who, alongside coordinators like Roni Stephen, Pramila Anna Paul, Nimmi Kurvila, and Anju Ambat, built the spiritual organizations that sustain us today.
നന്ദിയോടെ ഞാൻ സ്തുതി പാടും